And it's the Gladiators who will get the first offence of the game. Jones all the way to the basket, throws it up and gets the kind roll. Tied to a piece.
Lesser contested than it will be tonight. I think the Gladiators will look to go full court for most of the game here and try and put some pressure on the ball.
And Duku spins to the basket and gets the score.
Step back from Ethan Wright. He gets that to go.
Ethan Wright for three. The basket, and Nate Martin said no thanks as he went and blocked him out from at the basket. And Duku to Bledson. Ragsdale on his back, gets a bit of space, steps back from behind the arc for three, knocks it down. And the Riders are back in front. And Ethan Wright with a step back three. He leads all scoring on 6.
I was mesmerised by the ball movement from the Gladiators. I can't say that I know exactly what it was for.
Johnson finds space, gets to the basket, does it with ease.
Off the pitch back, Ragsdale just caught chasing, and then that pitch pass to the recovery.
Hands out to Malcolm. They almost find Delpeche, but Martin gets his hands in there to disrupt, and he is able to handle the ball really well. Look at him going, spins, lays in. Nice finish from Nate Martin. Evie round the screen. He goes into traffic, loses the ball, but keeps it alive. Boardman Raffay knocks down the three. They fight Boardman Raffay, and he will not turn down the three ball. Menzies gathers a loose ball. It's an open shooter for Evie. And that one goes. There's a disappointment for their fans, but we look at the highlights of this first half. Back to right. Gladiators did have 2 open looks there. Quick pass out to Bryant. High arcing shot from Malcolm over Menzies and knocks down the 3 to make it a 1-point game. Smart play. We've seen Jones open in the corner. Both teams giving up some open threes. And the Gladiators have wasted a lot of clock there. But Wright tries to step through, gathers the ball, and one for Ethan Wright. He kind of lost that movement in the off-ball movement.
Yeah, I think, look at him coming off this double screen. He's patient.
Evie and Duku tried to find Menzies, doesn't get it to go. Crosses over, looks for space, steps back. Knocks down the 3. Spielman just giving him too much respect on the space.
Esh came up with it a few times, but that's kind of faded away, and as we've mentioned, Akinsiku coming up with it plenty of time.
As Jones looks to get to the basket, up and under, throws it up there. Delpeche cleaning things up.
And just a lack of discipline here. Like, Delpeche comes up with a score.
Boardman Raffay, but Holland picks up the loose ball. He steps through once again, looks for help, finds Wright, who gets past. Boardman Raffay changes hands in the air. That's so impressive from Ethan Wright.
We talked about the struggle underneath as we look at Duku knocking down that 3.
Evie with the space to open up. Cross court back, Katie Johnson for 3. Knocks it down. Lead back to 9.
Great ball movement from the Riders for the referees to call it.
Menzies has 11 rebounds in this game. Ragsdale from a long 2, knocks it down. Bledson up against him, crosses him over, dances to the basket. What a great defensive play from Bledson. Xavier Bledson just getting the left hand in there. What a pass as Riders go coast to coast. A lot of clock used up. Brian finds Spielman. Somehow dances baseline, gets his own rebound. Gets to the basket, shows frustration. Bledson gets in the air, good pressure from the Gladiators, but nobody gathers the rebound. Joyner, and one tough mate at the basket. He's getting the offensive rebound from Joyner, and he's going to go to the line for the extra shot. Look at that battle again.
And then you turn around and foul him.
Ragsdale looking to drive inside, gets Joyner in the air, and that's an easy 2 for Ragsdale. Only his 4th point of the game. The Gladiators showing zone. Zone really shortens there, but it's out to... knocks it down, does Joyner. Too much space once again from Spielman. And Jones trying to push the tempo. Ragsdale, catch, shoot. Doesn't get it go. Malcolm battling with Boardman Raffay for the bore. And Jones gets it to go.
Tough finish.
LJ Bryan now, Akinsiku doing such a good job of boarding up Body's in the air, but Spielman for three. That one goes for the Gladiators. Back to the Boardman Rafe right battle. Space comes open. No fouls, he looks for contact. And Jones paces down the floor, he looks to beat Joyner. And one! Cross. And Jones with the tough lefty layup.
I mean,
uses the handoff to Ethan Wright, up and under. It doesn't go. Patient play, Spielman somehow gets the ball to go. Doesn't get the dunk.
It doesn't matter, they're still in a ball game here and they'll be excited.
72 to 75. The Riders here at PlaySport. Johnson puts the ball on the floor, but Holland rips it from him.
And that's why he's back on the floor. He can get his hand on things, get steals and turn the ball the other way.
Brian Jr. steps through. Lots of contact. Riders bench up in arms about it. Johnson now pulls up from the three-hole. No, fires into Menzies. Fouled. And one. The Riders, Keedy Johnson absorbing the pressure, finds Menzies.
And it's just here where Johnson gets.
Bledson under pressure, but gets it to Boardman Rafe. Dances to the basket under pressure. Blocked out of bounds. 2:20 on the game clock. Jones up and under, ties the game.
That is a tough finish from Jones.
17 points for him to go along with.
What a play from Ethan Wright, undersized as a guard, and he just stays straight up. He jumps out and up at Menzies. It's Dwayne Jones Jr. to the hoop. What a finish!
And he'll go to the free throw line. I need to keep Rory on his seat. With the ball, finds Johnson. Playing a lot more off ball this quarter. Drives baseline. They converge on him. He overcooks him, gets his own rebound. And one.
Nothing you can do, I can do.
Looking to see if the foul was called. I think it was on Ethan Wright. Let's see that drive to the basket. Gets in the air.
Yeah, and they're going to burn as much clock as they can to get an open look here.
Johnson used to use his body to get to the basket. What a handoff! Menzies slams it home. Johnson turned it over in the last play. Does such a good job of controlling the offense. Drives to the basket. Look at it here. Drives, finds Menzies wide open. Still a lot of game here to be played. He makes the second one and Coach Bunyan calls timeout. Spielman, they get the ball in just in time to beat the five. It's with Ethan Wright. He steps back, high arcing three ball, and it goes! Ethan Wright for three! And Coach Rob Paternostro uses his timeout.
Holland, he's chasing round the floor as Ethan Wright comes to relieve. And
can he beat the clock? He's going to go right to the end. He's dancing with Jones. Forces the shot. Doesn't go. Gladiators have the ball. And we go to overtime here at PlaySport. Ethan Wright gets it eventually to Brian Jr. He's in against Menzies. He goes to his left, fades away. And he gets the first point of overtime. Wright hands off to Brian Jr. Skips in, passes back out. Wright, what a pass back inside. Looks for a moment on. Whoa, Johnson hits the floor. Up and under from LJ Brian Jr. Doing a really good support role for his team today. Bledson finds Flynn Boardman Rafe. He battles in, he spins to his right, gets right in there. What a tough move. He does, and Coach Bunyan calls timeout. Inbounding the ball, they get it into Jones. Round the screen from Delpeche, they feed it in, it's going to be open. Slams it home, but it's not enough to take the game. They go full court press. Delpeche flushing it in.
yeah, definitely. I think, Coach Johnny Bunyan has probably said to his team, look, if they jump out on that three, we're going to be wide open.
Need to make sure they don't foul before the ball's in play. We've seen that in this matchup before. They get it in. They don't take the foul. Jones has to foul. Push that advantage up further. He makes the first. Can he push it to a three-point game? 6.3 on the clock. He misses it. Gladiators have a chance. Will they take the win, or will we have more Piers for the win? Ethan Wright in and out, and it doesn't go. The Leicester Riders win on the road, a massive win.